on the subject of the spectrum of emotions. If I had an opportunity to teach at a place where I've normally, in the past at least, thought this would be a great place to teach and a great opportunity, and I'd get new clients and blah, blah, blah. But I wasn't ready to make the decision, so the decision was brought to me. Someone called me, and I went and met with the person, and of course, please come teach here. And so I've been trying to decide on it, and because the decision didn't come immediately, I didn't go, yes, I'm going to do this. Something hesitated. I've been trying to use this, how do I feel about it? And when I think about it, when I put my attention on the subject of, do I want to teach here? Logically, there's a, yes, of course you should do this. You'll get more money, you'll get more clients. It's a wonderful opportunity. But when I feel it, it feels flat and sometimes even black, like a dip. And so I haven't come to a conclusion. Part of me says, just make the decision and go try it and get over it. And part of me says, don't just do it to suit that.
Well, let us give you something here. We really mean this when we say it. There are no wrong choices. You could actually make the worst choice that is available to you, get in the middle of it, be inspired to greater wanting, and make it become something that ultimately serves you very well. In other words, there really are no wrong choices. However, all of the days of your experience, as you've been sifting through the data, you've been launching rockets of desire on a myriad of subjects, and source energy rides those rockets. In other words, source energy learns who you are, knows who you are, flows energy toward your desires, and so energy vortexes become created on your behalf. We call it pre-paving. Now, let us speak that more clearly. Let's say you're working somewhere and you're feeling dissatisfied in some way. Maybe you're not recognized enough for your talents. Maybe you're not making enough money. Maybe there's somebody who's just miserable to be with, who's in there every day making life hard for you to feel good. In other words, doesn't matter what happens, as you're having those experiences, rockets are shooting out of you. And each time that preference shoots out of you, source energy gives its undivided attention then to the new desire that you have launched. Now, these are not perfect words, but encoded for you. In other words, you launched the rocket, it is your rocket, and source energy sort of holds it in escrow until you become vibrationally available to receive it. So all of these rockets have been launched, and there is literally a current or stream that is flowing. And when you step in to a decision that is in vibrational alignment with that stream, your feeling is, oh, yes. It's not a, well, maybe. It's not a, oh, I'm not sure. So you can make anything right, but there are things that are just right now righter. And there are so many people who want to, in a very valiant and virtuous and very hardworking way, make the hard way of everything. We used to tease you all by saying, it's like someone offers you a canoe and says, here's the river that leads to all of the things that you want. So you take your canoe and you point it upstream. And then you get in and you paddle and you take all sorts of satisfaction from the hard journey when all you had to do is just turn it with the current and go with the flow. And so if it feels black, it's not with the flow. Jerry and Esther have a dear friend who has written the book. You may have seen it. He dedicated it to Jerry and Esther and Abraham, and it's called Why Your Life Sucks and What to Do About It. And it is full of Abraham stuff and things that he's gathered along the way. And there's a section that Jerry and Esther really liked that said, when you are faced with a decision, if it doesn't feel like hell yes, then it's a hell no. In other words, and what he was talking about is this momentum or this current that is already flowing. When you step into that, then you're going to have a good time. But there are no wrong choices. So it's just up to you. You have to decide. Do I want something that is already prepared for what I've been saying I'm wanting? Or am I wanting more data collecting? That's sort of what this decision is about. Am I wanting to do something that I can feel with my gut is not in alignment with everything that I want? And I'm wanting to use this as an opportunity to sift through and be even clearer about what I don't want so that I can get clearer about what I do want? Do I want this to to be something that gives me more clarity, or am I wanting this to be something that gives me more of what I've been asking for right here and now? In other words, you can have it all. We would never wait. We wouldn't put off being the receiver of things that are satisfying. That would be like having two opportunities, and they both pay equally. And on this opportunity, everyone is so delightful and nice to be with. And on this one, everybody is ornery and horrible to be with. And you say, let's see, which should I do? Well, I think I could use the growth. I think I could use the people skills. I think if I suffer a little more, we would never do anything that didn't just make our hearts sing. And so you say, but that choice doesn't seem to be there. There's like this choice that doesn't make my heart sing, or sort of staying where I am. So what should I do? And we say, we'd hang around and wait for something that makes your heart sing, and then we'd jump in with all 4 feet. Good time for a segment of refreshment. We are complete.